Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list updates. Today's date is Monday, December 27th, 2021, so the final update of 2021. Hopefully this will go up on December 27th, but we will have to see about how the internet and everything decides to work. So, this will have covered the week of December 20th through 26th of 2021. I hope all of you guys out there had a very Merry Christmas or holiday season. At the very least, I hope you got to be off of work and be with family and hopefully get some good gifts and all that good stuff. So, this week was actually pretty productive overall. I finished off 3 games, as you can see. And I also just got started on Vanguard. I just got the game installed like overnight. And now let me go ahead and give you guys an example of just how bad the internet is where I currently am. In case people don't believe me. Yeah. 20 gigabytes. Total of 28 hours to install. So yeah. If you ever wonder how my internet is here, that's what I have here. That's why I always want that Starlink or just something better here. But I like being at home for other reasons. It's nice just being out in sort of peaceful middle of nowhere. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the trophies earned this week. First off, I want to say I still don't know when the Pagan Control DLC comes out. Hopefully soon, because it'll be nice to get this game back to 100%. Even though there will be more. Now, I actually did complete the first crossover mission, as well as the 6th special operation. I haven't done the final special operation on the hardest difficulty yet. It's actually kind of a tougher one because there's almost no water sources. But it's not a trophy this time around, so I probably won't end up doing it unless it becomes one. Also, the crossover mission did not have its own unique trophy to it, so that's a good sign for the future. So presumably the only other DLC for this game after this will be the Joseph Seed DLC, which I don't think comes out until March. So, as for actual trophy progress, Borderlands 3, 100% complete. So, because of that, we can take a look back at all of the trophies in the game. So, you had a few trophies for reaching level 50, which was very easy. I mean, you actually got to level 50 a lot more easily just by playing the game naturally this time. 10 character heads or skins, that's super easy. Same with 10 vehicle parts. Tipping Moxie, you can get that trophy pretty early on. Win a single duel and revive another player are both co-op trophies, so you will need a co-op partner for both of those, but they can both be done very quickly. You have to send an item to a friend, which is going to require you to have someone on your friends list and an internet connection, but that's basically about it. Pretty simple there. This one is going to come naturally if you just play a slot machine a few times. This is probably the hardest miscellaneous trophy in the game, getting a perfect score on the firing range. This one is going to take some time, it's going to take some practice, it's going to take a little bit of luck, and I'd highly recommend doing it in a full group of 4 players, or at the very least having a partner to do it with. That'll make it go a whole lot faster. You have to buy 20 cosmetic items from Crazy Earl, which requires you to use Iridium, not too bad. You have to decipher all of the Iridian slabs. This one was really glitchy back when the game first came out, and you can't do this until later. Completing all the Circles of Slaughter is the other sort of tougher trophy in this game because the final circle is actually pretty challenging. I would highly recommend going into that one in co-op. I mean, they're all kind of intended for it, but you can do the first 2 solo without significant problems. You have to discover all the named locations. All of these trophies were buggy at the beginning. You have to complete all the side missions. A couple of those I think might have been buggy as well. You have to clear the Iridian Proving Grounds. There's 6 of those, but they're actually pretty simple. You have to complete all of the Legendary Hunts and Targets of Opportunity, which are both fairly simple as long as you just have a guide as to where they are. Kill an enemy with an exploding barrel is pretty unmissable. Same with killing an enemy with a bayonet. 2 enemies with a single sticky grenade will probably come naturally as long as you have a sticky grenade at some point. Purple Rarity Gear Better is pretty simple. The loyalty package requires you to get 100 kills with one of each type of weapon, so each manufacturer, there's 9 of them. This one's pretty easy as long as you decide to use a lot of different weapons. Then you have a bunch of story-related trophies, which is everything through here, so plenty of story-related trophies. Again, the campaign itself isn't really all that difficult, especially if you're playing it in co-op. Then you have to down yourself with a grenade or explosion. That's very easy. That'll probably come for most people naturally. Spend a golden key, which you just need to follow, like, people that'll track the golden keys, shift keys as they're called. And then the vault rewards. I don't remember how you get this one. I want to say this one might actually be a story-related trophy for, like, looting all of the vaults throughout the game, but I could be wrong on that. It's been a long time, as you can see. It's been a couple years. It looks like I got this platinum trophy in about a 2-week period, though, which isn't too bad. So then you had Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot. You had a story-related trophy. You had various items around the map to collect. You had a blackjack minigame to play, which is just, you know, luck-based pretty much. You have to talk to the Clapstructor at the end of the DLC. And you have to defeat the Wandering Debt Collector, who is a completely very random, rare spawn. So we always love trophies like that, don't we, guys? Guns, Love, and Tentacles, this is a better DLC. You have a couple of story-related trophies. I think you might actually... all 3 of these might be story-related, but I could be wrong. Watching Death Trap kill 50 enemies is kind of annoying just because he only appears in like one area and he doesn't always kill 50 the first time you go through it, so you might have to do a little bit of work to go back and do it again. You have to complete all the crew challenges, side missions, and echo logs, which is nothing too terribly difficult as long as you have like a map of everything. You have to kill the 4 rare spawns, which isn't too difficult, and then listen to 25 fish jokes by interacting with the fish in the cabin, like the talking bass, whatever they're called. So nothing too difficult there, definitely a better DLC. The Bounty of Blood, I don't know, I don't really remember this one, like, at all. This one's just kind of obscure to me. It's like the Wild West setting. Although the trophies are pretty easy. You just have to complete all the crew challenges and side missions for these first 3 trophies, as well as the plot missions, which are all of these other trophies. So pretty much, I don't think there was anything missable or even really difficult here. It was basically just complete everything and you get all the trophies, so nothing miscellaneous was kind of nice. Psycho Krieg is also one of the better DLCs in this game, and it's actually the shortest one. So I want to say everything through here is story-related, so a lot of the trophies are going to be unlocked naturally. The Valhalla gates are sort of an Easter egg that you can do at the end that's a little bit tougher to access, but nothing too bad. And then this one for all the side missions and crew challenges, there's a lot fewer in this DLC, so this one takes less time. So that's also a decent DLC. Then there's the Designer's Cut, which is the Arms Race DLC. I talked about this in the last update. You have to win a single round, which is pretty simple. Just get some decent gear, go kill the final boss, and you're good to go. You have to explore the entire complex, of which there are 20 locations. Some of them are a little bit tougher to get to, so it might take a good hour depending on where the hurricane is on the map. And then extracting 100 pieces of gear is not difficult because you can just drop in, pick up the little set of white gear that you get right at the beginning, run to the nearest extraction point, and then down yourself. And you can get, 3 pieces of gear every few minutes and grind this out within an hour or 2. So nothing much to worry about there. It was a decent idea for a DLC. I don't think it should have been paid, or at least it shouldn't be, a $10 type DLC. But, it's not a bad game mode, so it's okay. Not bad. And then finally, Director's Cut. We finished this last Monday. For this one, you have to solve all the murder mysteries. These are the 4 sort of story missions with Ava in them. She's a little more tolerable in this than she is in the base game. You have to destroy 50 mysterious iridium piles, which you can't do until after you beat the main story and you get an artifact that allows you to see where they are. But there's a really good place to farm this on Eden 6, I believe it is. There's like a certain place you can go to farm it and knock it out in like half an hour. So nothing much to worry about there. And then finally you have the raid boss, who you have to spend 500 iridium to fight in the first place, but you also get 500 iridium for free by accepting the quest. So nothing much to worry about in terms of accessing it. I highly recommend going into this one in co-op. This guy would be pretty tough to beat solo. He's definitely tougher than most of the actual normal bosses within this game, which is expected. He's a raid boss, but he's certainly not the hardest raid boss in the franchise, even though I wouldn't call him the easiest either. He's somewhere in the middle. So yeah, that is Borderlands 3 officially 100% complete. I highly doubt this game is going to get any more DLC on the PS4, but it may get more on the PS5, especially if, you know, there's a Borderlands 4 announced, which I'm sure it will be eventually, and they want to do something like that Commander Lilith in the fight for Sanctuary just for the next generation of consoles. Then, Aliens Colonial Marines, 100% and platinum complete. Oh boy, am I glad to have this one done, because that was kind of a slog toward the end. So you get some story-related trophies through here. You have to complete the campaign on Ultimate Badass, the highest difficulty. It's not terrible at all, because the enemy AI is just so freaking stupid. Just the annoying thing is you have no HUD, which is a problem. And if you play it in co-op, it's generally going to be easier, but it's not required. You can do pretty much all of it solo, as far as I can tell. I don't know how the Raven boss fight would work on the highest difficulty, but everything else you can do on solo without a whole lot of problems. Like, I did the final 4 missions solo without a whole lot of trouble on the highest difficulty. Then you get to some mission-specific trophies, the Xenos in the Sulaco Hangar Bay. This one's kind of annoying. I would recommend bringing along a partner for this one. This one's pretty easy. You have more than enough time to arm the release and escape. You can do this in under 2 minutes. Finding Newt's doll, this is done in the 5th mission. You just look at a video as to where it is. This is a story-related trophy that is way out of order. This one, I don't even remember really doing this one. I think we just actually got this one without even trying because it was easy enough. There's only like 2 rooms where you can be alerted, and if you kill all the enemies in them quickly, you're fine. This one was pretty annoying, defeating the Raven in under 1 minute and 10 seconds on the 2nd lowest difficulty. This one, I recommend deleting all your patches for the game, or at the very least doing it in co-op, and that's really the only way that you can do this these days. Easter egg is the final trophy I got. It's found in the 2nd mission of the game, immediately after the power loader section. Giving 2 enemies at once should come naturally while playing the game, while using like explosives and stuff. Leveling up, reaching rank 60, this is going to be the last trophy that you earn in any sort of natural way, because by the time you finished every other trophy in the game, you're only going to be about level 48 or 49. So you basically just have to replay the final mission on the highest difficulty over and over and over and over again. So if that doesn't sound fun, yeah, it's not fun. That was painful. That took many days, many hours to get through, just because it's boring and, you know, really, really buggy. Sometimes the queen, like, can't hit you and you can finish it in, like, 2 minutes. Sometimes she just smacks you around and kicks you out the side of the ship, you know? Then you have your collectible trophies. Well, 4 of your 5 collectible trophies, the dog tags and legendary weapons. Just follow a guide and you're good to go. I actually am writing a trophy guide for this game, and I just finished the Stasis Interrupted guide, as well as a guide for Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition, but we'll get to that in a minute. Completing all the challenges is the Platinum Breaker for most people, because it's by far the most difficult trophy. I mean, a majority of the challenges are fairly easy. They're just kind of pointless and grindy, but some of them do require you to be in the online, and some of them are much easier to do online. So you are going to want to have at least one partner or second console to play parts of the game with. If you have more than one partner, so if you have 2 partners, it'll make some of the challenges a lot easier as well. Some of the ones that have to be done against 2 enemies at once. Have a player join your party is very simple. Same with reviving somebody. Edit a Marine and Xenomorph loadout. Nothing much to worry about there. Upgrade every loadout slot for a Xenomorph class is going to take, I think, like 6 or 7 Xeno points. So you have to level up some as a Xeno. Upgrade every slot for a weapon. There's another trophy down here for purchasing all upgrades for a weapon. Those are going to require a handful of commendations for any one weapon, but you'll have more than enough well before you hit level 60. You have to upgrade every appearance slot for your Marine and Xeno, which is going to require you to complete a set number of challenges to unlock different appearances. But by the time you finished all the challenges, you're good to go. Nothing to worry about there. Spending 30 commendations, that's very easy. You'll get that at level 31. Collect 12 audio logs, that's your last collectible trophy. Nothing to worry about there. Kill 10 Xenos using vents. That one should come naturally just by beating the main story. 10 Xenos with the smart gun, that one will come naturally by playing the story. Setting up a remote sentry should technically be unmissable. You should do that in like the 4th mission. Tracking 100 hostile targets with the motion tracker. As long as you remember to use the motion tracker, it's not a problem. This one can be a little bit troublesome. You can do it in the Battle for Sulaco. There's a couple good areas in that. Or you can try to do it against the Xenos in the smart gun corridor. This one's very easy and will come naturally. I think that might have been my first trophy. This one should also come naturally. It's very easy. This one should come naturally. It's pretty simple. Meleeing a lurker, that one you can actually do against the very first Xeno in the entire game. It's very easy to do against him on the easiest difficulty. Killing 2179 Xenos, it's not difficult, it's just really, really grindy and time-consuming, because you just basically replay the smart gun area over and over and over again for several hours until you get enough kills. The Crusher without it damaging you is best done by playing in the multiplayer and boosting it. That is by far the easiest way to do it. You have to survive a close encounter with a facehugger, which will probably happen naturally if you're like me and wasn't expecting a facehugger to pop out in the second mission, because that's where it startled me at. And then rescue a teammate from a close encounter. Basically, they get grabbed by a facehugger, shoot the facehugger off. Nothing much to worry about there, but it is a multiplayer trophy. And then the Stasis Interrupted DLC, you have to complete it on the highest difficulty, which is definitely a little bit harder than some parts of the main game. Mainly looking at the very first mission where you don't have any gear, the third mission's first battle where you're against like 20 plus human enemies at once. Well, in waves, but... And then, of course, pretty much the entirety of the final mission is just painful. I recommend doing this stuff in co-op. It will make it a little bit easier. You have to find the audio logs. There's 10 of them. Nothing much to worry about there. You've got some story-related trophies. This trophy should be easy, but it's buggy and doesn't unlock for everyone. Normally, you may have to go back and try it again on Recruit. Killing all the lurkers in Sulaco Engineering is easy as long as you just go through it slowly and take your time. You get 2 more story-related trophies here, so lots of story-related trophies in this DLC. And then you have to destroy all the samples in the labs. There's 28 of them, but they're actually pretty easy to find and mostly along your main path. So just follow a guide for that one and you should be good to go. So yeah, Aliens Colonial Marines, got it done. Very happy to have it done. It was an experience, you know, you play some of these old, crappier games for the experience of them, because it's something that not a lot of people have experienced. It's something that not a lot of people have completed. I mean, the Platinum Trophy is a 1.9% on here, and it's only about a 5% on PSN profiles, so it's pretty rare. It's not overly difficult, though. Like I said, it's really just... It's more time-consuming and annoying as a game than it is actually difficult. And finally, we have Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon Classic Edition. This one was awesome. Loved playing through this game for a second time now. The game, it's just fun. It's just goofy, silly, stupid Far Cry fun. It is absolutely worth playing, even though I think it's tied to the Season Pass for Far Cry 6, which is really stupid. I'm sure it'll eventually be sold on its own, though. So you have, these 2 trophies are actually going to unlock early on in the main story. You have to, this is going to be the first trophy you get, then you have to clear at least 1 garrison as part of the story. You have to finish all 13 garrisons, which is pretty easy, they're just outposts. Predator's Path are a type of side mission. These are basically the hunting missions, except you're also going to be hunting humans for these. The Final Showdown, that's the final story-related trophy for finishing all 7 story missions. Hostage situations, these are pretty easy. There's 8 of those, although you do have to be careful because if you get detected, they'll kill the hostage pretty quickly. There's 12 animal types. Most of them are pretty easy to find. The neon snakes are a little bit rare. I suggest looking for them around the TV sets. The 5 brain cages, you can knock out most of these during the 4th mission of the game because not all the dragons actually have brain cages. Killing one with a bow, just knock its health down to the bottom, like to the least amount it can have, and then hit it with the bow a few times. Killing 1 dragon is story-related, you'll do it in multiple missions. Killing 25 is definitely a grind, because they're not the most common spawns, but the weapon you get for beating the story or in the final story mission makes killing them significantly easier. I suggest resetting the garrisons, because you're going to need more money anyway. You have to find all of the notes and VHS tapes. There's 10 notes and 12 tapes, so those are 2 of your collectible types. Reaching level 30 should come naturally while you do everything else. This one's pretty simple. Most people end up getting this one by accident at some point. Otherwise, just, you know, trigger a dragon, then go hide and throw a cyber heart to get rid of it. All the weapons attachments, there's 25 of them. They cost over $40,000. This one does take some time to grind the money for, so you're probably going to have to reset the garrisons at least once to do this. This one's actually story-related. You'll get it during the 5th mission. This is the other collectible trophy for finding the 32 TV sets. The good thing about the collectibles is they're very easy because you can buy maps that show all of them. And finally, you have to headshot every type of enemy. This trophy is weird because different people reported unlocking at different times with different types of enemies being killed. By my calculations, there are about 15 different types of enemies in the game. Basically, a bunch of normal, like 6 normal enemy types, 6 elite enemy types, and the 3 running dead. I know for a fact that I never killed a Molotov's running dead when the trophy unlocked, so that one may not count. Otherwise, I think I might have encountered pretty much all the other enemies at some point, though. So I'm not entirely sure. It's just weird. Basically, just headshot everything you come across, especially elite enemies. You'll have plenty of chances to do this during the final mission as well, because it's full of elite enemies. And of course, Call of Duty Vanguard is up there, but I haven't gotten started on it yet because I just got the update installed, and now we're waiting for the campaign to install. So, level 749, 72%, 21,724 total trophies, 556 platinums, 3,365 golds, 5,834 silvers, 11,969 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week as we go into the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022. It's of course going to be slow these next couple weeks because I'm still going to be at home a lot. I'm going to be spending a lot of time with Lizard Guy because he's going to be home. We're going to be recording a number of videos most likely. Hopefully we'll be playing things like Resident Evil 8. I kind of want to go back to No Man's Sky at some point. He's got a really good GTA account. So yeah, there's a lot of games that we can play. I'll be starting up on Vanguard soon. So there should be a lot of good content. I've also got my Switch, so we can play stuff on the Switch, like Pikmin and the Mario 3D All-Stars, and make up challenges and stuff for all of that. Other big news, I finally got myself a PS5, and with it I got Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima, and Ratchet & Clank, which is awesome. I can't wait to start playing those. I'm so glad I finally got the console after a year. So yeah, that's a very exciting piece of news. But when it comes to uploads and streams and stuff, it'll still be kind of slower and inconsistent for the next couple weeks because, again, let's see how much progress that has made. Oh, it's actually gone down. Okay, so it's evened out a little bit more. So it's now 17 hours for the remaining, basically 20 gigs of data. So it'll be there eventually. So yeah, remember that's what I'm working on out here, guys. So yeah, if there's not too many uploads and stuff over the next couple of weeks, that's going to be why. I'm going to try to mass upload some stuff at one point when I am going to have internet access in a few days, though. Hopefully try to, well, not mass upload, but just put them on a schedule. That'd be the ideal option. But yeah, that is going to be it for this update, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell if you haven't already. Like I said, going to be a little bit slow for the next couple weeks, but after a week or two into 2022, I'm going to be coming back and hitting this thing hard. I've got ideas for trophy streams, I've got ideas for challenge streams, I've got ideas for other streams as well. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. 2022, I plan, like I said, to hit it hard, to try to grow the channel a lot more, because I think I can certainly do it. So I hope you guys will be there with me for the ride. Obviously have the PS5 now, so I have something else to play on and another chance to stack certain games. But I won't be doing a lot of stacking and auto-popping until I am back in South Carolina and have a better internet so I can upload saves and stuff. So that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you back here real soon.